Hey everybody, welcome back to another drawing tutorial. We have a dog today, a Doberman Pinscher, or just Doberman, depending on what way you like to call them. So, I'm on landscape paper. Use a pencil and an eraser for this, and hit pause if I go too fast when I move my hand and stuff, okay? So we start with the eyes. So, center point of my page is about here. So we're going to come up a little bit over to the right, and we're going to add a little doggy eye. So we're going to curve a line around like so, right? And then, so we can see like a little bit of his tear duct here, and then it like curves around the bottom up into there, right? So it's the shape always reminds me of a lemon, you know, this kind of shape. That's what it reminds me of anyway. So then what we can see of his iris, we just have like a curved line here, and it goes the whole way around underneath here, and maybe you can see like a little bit of it on the other side, just there. And then his pupil, just underneath. Dog pupils are always kind of hard to see in pictures, but I'm thinking it's there. And we'll color it in black. You know, and sometimes adding color to that or shading will be helpful. So if you want, of course, not totally necessary, but white highlights and stuff like that. So if you wanted an example, I might as well do it. So, you know, you just shade in sort of. Some people don't like to do this now, so you don't have to do this. But you just add some sort of hatching sort of around the eye. Just these lines like so. And then if you had some Tipp-Ex or anything, or you could draw in the white highlight and color around it, you can add a little white dot, right? If you had like some white paint or something, see? And that's a good way of adding, just making the eye sort of pop a little bit, you know? Of course you don't have to, it's totally optional. You can just color it in if you want. Right, so then the other eye, so we go measure this eye and we'll go across once, twice, and then the next eye will start roughly about here. Alright, so maybe once, two, 2.5, right? So 2.5 eyes. 1, 2, yeah, 2.5. That's about the distance between his eyes, okay? And then we'll go again, a bit of a tear duct here. And it goes around this lemon shape up the other side. So the eyes are quite far apart now for an animal. So then the other iris and pupil, what we can see of it, just there. And the pupil underneath. Again, we'll just shade this in. You can add some hatching, like so, and maybe a white highlight to his eye. Just like that. Simples. Right, so then around this eye, right, we'll add some sort of eye details, right? So he's got like sort of a top eyelid line curving around here, right? And they're kind of light sketched in sort of lines. And then he has this golden sort of part here. And around it's a little sort of brow area. And these are all likely just sort of drawn in like this. There's bottom eyelid, a small little bottom eyelid there. Maybe actually a line coming around the top eye, just there as well. We'll do the same thing on the other side, right? So we'll go this sort of, he's got like a golden circle just there. you know, it can be quite hairy as well. And then this will go down towards his snout. And then comes back up. Around to there. And then his top eyelid line. Details, just top eyelid, bottom eyelid. Like so. Right, so then the nose, right? So distance between the eyes, which is about 2.5 eyes. 1, 2.5. So here to here will normally bring you this distance between the eyes is the same to like the middle of the nose, right? So the nose will start here. Well, it won't start here, but like this is like the middle of his nose. So here to here will bring you to like the middle of his nose down here, right? So that's like the center point, and you can draw like a line straight down there for the middle of his nose. Then we have the top of his nose above that, right? So it's like a bumping line going up around, like so. And then this comes down the side, so we have like this bumping line on top of the middle of our nose here. So just a little bit above that. And then this comes down and kind of curves in around, right? These are his nostrils, basically. Curve in. And then we have a round sort of nostril here. These are normally dark inside. Like so. Right, so then bottom of his nose curves down to this point down here. And then we bring it up and around up to there. And then, you know, there might be some texture lines and things just around the nose. Like a sort of a top line. Just coming across, lightly sketched in. You don't have to like draw in much. That's basically his nose, and it's coloured obviously dark grey or black. Okay, so then his lips, right? So we come down from the nose. You got a real serious sort of downturned dog mouth, right? So we'll go down this way. So he looks very serious. Down that way. Okay. Dobermans can be an intimidating looking dog. And then this kind of curves around the side of his mouth. Up towards his nose and his snout this way. Up to there. So then he has like a chin, right? So we got like a chin sticking out here. Whereas like his, yeah, it is his chin, I guess, right? I'm gonna add maybe a little bit of shadow or something, just thicken up this line here just to make it look like just there's a bit of shadow. And then he's got like his bottom jaw sort of, you know, he's got like this loose skin basically that kind of hangs down. Just around his mouth here. There's like this shadow part of the skin. this kind of stuff. Right, and then it kind of sticks out, bumps up around. Like so. And then, you know, there can be like some texture lines and things. Hairlines, sort of whiskers, stuff sticking off here. Just adding little dots and dashes just to make it look a little, that he's like a little bit hairy and things. Like so. Right, so then this would come up the side of his face, so kind of like his jawbone, I guess, comes up a little bit higher. And then it'll kind of come in around his eye, down to there. Down like so. And then the rest of his snout kind of goes up this way. The line sort of up the middle. And I'm doing this with sort of light sort of texture lines, and a line just underneath his eye here. Right, and then side of his face and his head. So it kind of comes out from nose level, so like the side of his head kind of comes out here. Right, so nose level again. And then we sort of meet his ears here, but we go, so we'll go in first, right, up to the top of his head. And then this comes down, and the top of his head is like here. Bumps around, and then we go down. Similar sort of shape, right? This comes up here, and you can have sort of skull line maybe. Like so. Right, so then the ears, right? So we'll go real big, tall ears, right? So we go like up that way. They stick right up usually in Doberman, so. And then this will like curve around the top and then go back down. You can get kind of fluffy down here. So, and the inner ear part, so like here, so it's kind of hairy and stuff. And it goes up towards the middle of his ear, and it might have like an edge line coming down here somewhere. Like that. And there could be some like hatching or something, some shadow on the inside there. Right, we roughly do that on the other side as well. So we'll go just above his eye, I guess that's where they start. Stick up real tall. And then we'll just curve it out, kind of like bat ears or something. Like so, and then we'll do the line on the inside. this. Like so. Okay, so our Doberman, like, small face, right? Relatively small face for a dog, but it's got like a real thick neck. So we've got like his neck like starts up real close to the ears, like up here, right? And it like curves in. Like underneath the chin. Curves in there, and then it'll come down this way. So kind of like muscly sort of neck. So I'm going to give him a sort of chain, a collar, right? You can as well if you want. But he's got like this. I'm going to give him like a cool one. So like a gold, big gold one. So it comes across and it's got like a buckle, square buckle here. Right, it can be like a normal collar or one like what I'm going to do. So you don't have to add the details that I'm about to add, but if you don't want to. So there's like a little thing here, and then like a clasp in the middle. Like so. And then there's all these lines, right? So it's like a chain. So they kind of come down, they interlink. Right, like this. Right, so that's one. And then the next one. Next one. So you just keep, sorry, it's a repeating pattern, so you just they get kind of tighter as we go around the back because they get closer together. Like this. Right. And then we do the same thing here. So we got like a little one there, and then this. Roughly like that, and then the body comes down this way, and then we give him like some more sort of neck muscle lines coming down here. Like chest lines coming down. Sometimes thickening up your line on the edge, the outer edge, can help make things stand out a little bit. Not always, but sometimes it does. Right, but basically, roughly, that's it. That is how to draw a Doberman dog. Hope it was helpful. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.